Good morning, class. This morning we are going to discuss the topic of symbolism. Symbolism is an important literary device and it can be used in all literary genres. So we can see symbolism in poetry, symbolism in prose, and symbolism in drama. Today we are going to focus on symbolism in drama, specifically on the drama and the play Twelfth Night, written by the playwright Shakespeare. But first, we must define what is symbolism. So, symbolism is the use of symbols to signify ideas and qualities by giving them symbolic meanings that are different from their literal sense. So, therefore, symbolism can take different forms. Generally, it is an object representing another to give an entirely different meaning that is much deeper and more significant. Sometimes, however, an action or an event or a word by someone may have a symbolic value. For example, a smile is a symbol of friendship. Similarly, the action of someone smiling at you may stand as a symbol of a feeling of affection that the person has for you. So students, you must remember, symbols, however, do shift their meaning depending firstly on the context. So therefore, a chain can mean a symbol of union, but a chain can also mean a symbol of imprisonment. Likewise, symbolic meaning of an action or object is understood differently by how it is used, and it depends on the reader. So therefore, perspective can change depending on the reader. Different reader gets different point of views and different ideas when they read something. So when you read something, you may have a different interpretation than when your peer or your classmate read it. So symbols depend on who reads the work, and it must be understood by when, where, and how it is used in the context. So an example of symbolism can be seen in the literary piece and the play Twelfth Night. So to develop symbols in his work, Shakespeare uses figures of speech like metaphors, similes, and analogies as tools to represent symbolism. An example of symbolism can be seen in the play Twelfth Night. Firstly, in this particular line taken from the play, I want you all to get your books and follow along with me. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exit and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. So therefore, these lines, which are taken from a monologue from the play, are famous, and it is also symbolic of the fact that men and women in the course of their lives perform different roles. A stage here is the word that symbolizes, and players are also a symbol for human being. So stage is a symbol for the world, and the word players is a symbol for human beings. Likewise, we see many symbols in the play. We see symbols in Olivia's gift, the darkness of Malvolio's prison, and the changing of clothing. First, we'll discuss symbols in Olivia's gift. The symbolic nature of Olivia's gift. When Olivia wants to let Cesario know that she loves him, she sends him a ring by way of Malvolio. Later, she mistakes Sebastian for Cesario and she gives him a precious pearl. In both cases, we see that the jewels, the ring and the pearl, are symbols and tokens of her love, a physical symbol of her romantic attraction and attachment to a man who is really a woman. Therefore, the gifts are more than symbols. So we see that in the line, youth is brought more off than begged or borrowed. Olivia says at one point, suggesting that jewels are also intended as bribes, that she means to buy Cesario's love if she cannot win it. So therefore, the symbol is firstly a symbol of love, but also a symbol of a bribe. So we see Shakespeare uses language here to convey symbols, to convey meaning in his drama. And this adds to the conflict, and also it adds to the enjoyment of the play. So these are things that you must add in when you are writing your essays. And also that you must add in examples. So even as I explain it here to you students, you all must go back and add in examples. I'm going to give you one more, and I am asking that you all do research and present it in class tomorrow. So the last one is the changing of clothing. Clothes are powerful in 12th night. They can symbolize changes in gender. So firstly, we see Viola puts on male clothes to take up the role of a male character. So we see that Viola uses clothes as a symbol or as a tool, as a mechanism of disguise. However, clothes and the changing of clothes are also seen as a symbol for class distinction. So we see firstly when Malvolio fantasizes about becoming a mobile man, he imagines the new clothes that he will have. So we see in Malvolio's language that Shakespeare is conveying that the symbol of using clothes relates and it connects to status and class within that society. So also another example is when Feste impersonates Sir Topas, he puts on a nobleman's garb, even though Malvolio, when he is fooling, cannot see him, suggesting that clothes have a power that transcends their physical function. So we see here also that clothes is a symbol for power and is a symbol for hierarchy within the society, a class distinction. So we see that Shakespeare uses those two powerful symbols within the play, and there are many more, to utilize and to show language. He used symbols through language by using metaphors, by using similes, by using other literary devices. So students, as we end this session, I want you all for homework to come up with two more symbols, right? Two short paragraphs on the symbols. I want example, explanation, and connection, and a little bit of evaluation of the symbolism used in that illustration that you are bringing for class tomorrow. Thank you and have a good day.